so. Want to see something a listener made for me? I just got it today. You can kind of see it in the background right there.
Is that you?
It's me. It's a.
Is that a custom Funko Pop?
No, this is a.
It's a crochet doll, right?
Not even crochet. Like.
That's like Muppet material.
It is Muppet material, exactly.
Wow.
And if you press,
I love that you have a price tag on your arm.
Oh no, that's her signature, and like that she made it. It's like I'm never taking that off.
Well, if there's a spot on the back, you should put a price tag of $1 million.
Listen to this. Ready? You press the headphone.
I had the best crap session.
Yes!
Isn't that awesome?
That was a great cutout, man. I love it. Oh, we're good. You're good on the notes, Joe. That's a good amount there, I think.
Okay.
That's awesome, man.
Isn't that hilarious? And she made custom ones for Scott, Jury, Brian Dunaway, and Randy Deluxe.
Nice.
So all the Film Sack crew plus Justin.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking at notes. I see 0 things in there.
It's under the template because he failed.
Oh, crap. Did I just...
Here, I'll just swap the names of the template and the...
Yeah, thanks. I just, sorry. I don't know how I got on the wrong tab. I'm just copying and pasting.
No worries. Let's do it this way. We'll do rename, copy, rename, paste.
Oh, man. Yeah, so last week, I was telling Charles a little bit before you popped back in, but my headache, my migraine was so bad, I was actually shaking a little bit and on the verge of tears. Like it was pretty bad. Just putting the notes ready for you guys was just excruciating.
That's what you're gonna go with, Joe. You're not going with what you actually told me, which was you just didn't feel comfortable being alone with me.
That is
after all that time of him being
like, stranger danger.
Yeah, it's just awkward. I can't.
Oh man!
All right, our
wasted our good material.
And I was telling Charles before we started that I had a super busy day today. Like I had a company-sponsored ribeye lunch, came home, took a 2-hour nap, and now I'm here.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Y'all have like an official night crew that comes in and works 8 hours or 10 hours at night?
Just the cleaning crew.
Okay, so and that's that's not who I'm referring to. But the company I worked for, it was in the medical field, they made lots of money, and they do banquets like that. They do catered lunches for Thanksgiving, whatever. We had a day crew and a night crew, and the day crew essentially sat around not doing anything on the clock, had a big banquet in the afternoon, and you could come in early if you wanted to, but they'd make sure there were plates and whatever left over. But the night crew would come in, your cold plate would be there for you, and you had to work for 8 hours. So we carried the whole load. Y'all guys partied today. That's awesome.
I mean,
thanks for the food.
We do have some offshore contractors that are in India that work weird hours, but I mean they're not here to eat the food anyway. So
yeah,
and they're not technically employees because we contract their company. So yeah. So they're just hired help.
Next Thursday, I have to do one last class before the holidays end. Before holidays begin, sorry.
So you'll do that again? Okay.
Stranger danger. I'm telling you, if there's a migraine next week. Yeah,
no,
man.
there's not.
Then we'll know for sure. We'll know. So I have to get out of this building I'm in so that I can go to Fuchsia City. Because I'm going to...
I'm not sure what game that is that you're referring to.
I'm going to do... it is a short game. It's my short game. I'm going to do the Melton thing during the show today.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, your box?
Yeah.
There you go.
Very nice.
I haven't actually looked into the details. Do you actually have to be within Bluetooth range of the Switch to connect it?
Yes. Yeah, because that's
Okay.
how they connect. Your phone and your Switch connect.
Okay,
Via
that's
Bluetooth.
what I suspected.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Yep.
I think the notes are
so I need to track somebody
downloadable
down.
correctly. Thank you.
Yeah, I guess I wonder how you do that because you connect it. It's not just like find any Pokemon Go games nearby. It's connect this to your Nintendo account. But I guess if you find someone that is maybe not a Pokemon Go player that has a Switch, I don't know. I don't know how you would do this.
Yeah,
But I
because
bet you could find-
supposedly you can connect a ton of Pokemon Go accounts.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I thought we talked about that 2 weeks ago.
I wasn't on the show 2 weeks. Oh, no, was I on the show? I think I was on the show 2 weeks ago. I
But-
can't remember.
Yeah, but yeah, you
Okay.
can connect a ton to the Switch and they can all get the box. You just got to transfer a Pokemon.
Okay. Oh, that's not bad. Yeah, I mean, if you can do multiple.
So you could connect both you and your wife's account to your Switch.
Oh, wow. That's kind of cool.
I need to get Twitch up so I can watch the chat room. That's what I need to do. But I think other than me popping up Twitch, which isn't a big deal, I'm ready to go.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good to begin.
I know you're gonna look for a unless you got it in. I didn't actually scroll down to see if you got the trivia in, Joe. But there's everything else
we're good.
right there.
Random trivia. Oh, what Pokemon should I transfer? Let's see. What is there not in Eevee?
Pikachu? Just
No,
Pikachu in Eevee?
Pikachu's in Eevee. Exclusives. I know Sandslash is one. Here we go. This is good radio right here. Or good Oddish, Gloom, Vileplume, Sandshrew, Sandslash, Growlithe, Arcanine, Grimer, Muck, Scyther, Mankey, Primeape. Well, I'll send over a Scyther. That'd be kind of cool.
Wow, just mock Phil like that.
A Skither. Sorry, Skither.
Because he was trying to get more Scythers and wasn't able to transfer over to his Switch game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we mentioned that a couple weeks back.
Oh, poor guy. Well, I already gave him a hard time about going to a raid and then not thinking the little old lady might be playing. The one sitting on the bench. Amazing. HP, attack, defense.
Some old ladies here. Well, she happens to be.
Look at this. Just happened to discover that my newest Scyther that I caught is 100%. Not sending that guy.
It's written now.
Yeah, because when you transfer, the IVs get all...
No. When you transfer, they
wonky,
keep...
don't
I think between Let's Go and the game, it's...
It actually keeps the IVs?
Yeah, it actually keeps the IVs. I'll just do this guy right here. Yeah, we'll do him.
All right.
All right,
Okay,
yeah, we can go. Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. I was letting you do your thing while I was doing Twitch, so we're now up and running. Well, I'm up in the chat room now, and that's all that matters. All right, here we go. I gotta remember what show I'm on. I almost said breaking the panel for no unknown reason. All right, try it again.
Are you
Welcome
sure?
to Pokemon. Shut up, Joe. Welcome to Pokemon Go Podcast, where this week we're going to bring you a whole new set of hosts, the ones that started the show, but finally decided to all show up in the same room.
No, we didn't start the show.
Oh, shut up,
did.
Joe.
Started the show.
Yeah.
I am the Rock God Podcast in Charlotte Fall. Over there, the man, the myth, the voodoo doll, Brian Ibbett.
Ow, my arm. Ow.
You got this great thing you're showing us for the show, and you don't have to show it to people, but it's really cool that somebody
It's
made
cool.
for you.
It's in the back. Well, I don't know. I wonder if people can see it. Yeah, you can actually see it in the stream right
You
here.
barely.
You can barely see it. I can
Just right above your head, yeah.
I can do that and show it. It is a handmade mini-me that someone made. She actually made 5 different versions for the different Frog Pants hosts, and this thing is super cool. Like it's you press the headphones and it talks about one of my favorite crap sessions, which I was talking about gambling, but you know, that's not what came out.
And then our other showrunner, who apparently needs to be taught where his seat is in this car that was cutting me off during my intro, is Joe Hard.
If you look at the stream, I'm on top.
Mhm.
So, you know, I'm in charge here.
He is, yeah. He's got seniority.
You're sitting on shoulders of giants. If we move, you can topple. I don't know. That went sideways. Joe,
You're my palanquin bearers.
how was your migraine, sir?
Oh, it was horrible, horrendous, like one of the worst migraines I've ever had, to be honest.
But you're good now, so that's
In
good.
the top 3 of the worst migraines I've ever had. So yeah, it was not good at all. But I am back. I have not had a migraine since, so that is good. And this past week, well, 2 weeks really, has been fantastic. Caught a couple of wild chansies, which I like never see, so that was awesome. This morning I opened up my research breakthrough, and now they give a random evolution stone, so it's not guaranteed a Sinnoh Stone, right? But I got a Sinnoh
Stone.
Got one. Still got my Sinnoh Stone.
Very good.
And my Pokemon that I got from it was a shiny Moltres.
Really, a shiny? Wow.
Yeah.
Now is that one of the not really community days, but the raid days that you missed, or were you able to do the Moltres?
No, I did those
okay.
that raid day, but I didn't get a shiny out of it.
Wow. Oh, cool. Very cool.
And so I got a shiny Moltres out of it. So apparently, at least the birds, I would assume, because they put in the birds in the research breakthroughs, and I think you guys covered this last week, right?
We did, yes.
Yeah, so they put the birds in the breakthrough, and they put the legendary dogs in the breakthrough. They have released the legendary birds, so it makes sense that their shinies are there. They've released their shinies. My question is, and I haven't seen anybody report it, so I suspect that they're not. But I was kind of hoping that the shinies,
the shiny dogs,
for the dogs, But is what it is. So now I've got a shiny Moltres, and I've got 2 shiny Zapdos, and then I've got a shiny Ho-Oh. So that's the shiny legendaries that I've got. So that's pretty fun. I like that a lot. I've been stocking up on Carnivine, just because they're here and not like anywhere else in the United States. But I've got, what do I got? I've got 21 that I'm sitting on right now.
Wow. Okay.
That way, if I go to GoFest this next year, assuming that's in the cards, and I'm pretty sure I can manage it this year, I'll just drive instead of flying because I don't want to get that debacle again. Anyway, but that way, while I'm there, I mean, this is overkill because that's only going to be a couple of days, so I can only do a couple of special trades, which I really think they should increase the amount of special trades you can do for events.
I think so too. Yeah.
But yeah, that's just me. But yeah, so I can find a couple of people and at least give them Carnivine during that time, or during DragonCon, even though DragonCon is within the realm of Carnivine, that doesn't mean that people will necessarily find them. I can also trade it to people during that as well. So when I travel, or when I go to out west to visit my family, I can trade to some people there as well. So
nice. Well, hopefully your travels west will bring you this far west, so I can get a Carnivine from you.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm trying to keep a healthy amount, but I think 21 is probably plenty for now.
Yeah, I think so.
I might start ditching some.
There is a trade-off, right? Because I was doing that with Tauroses for a while. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll just save all my Tauroses. But then you get so many out here that it's like, ah, man, at some point you just got to say, I'm not going to run into this many people who need a Tauros who don't already have one.
And that's
So-
why I've actually cut my Tauros off at 2K. If it's not 2K and above, I ditch it.
Mhm. Oh,
So
smart.
I've
Yeah.
got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 8 that are 2K that I'm sitting on. But I don't travel internationally, so I don't even know why I'm even
Mhm.
keeping those. So
Well, because when you go to Go Fest, there will be people there who are coming from other countries who may want a Tauros, and
that's true.
You
I
never
did
know.
run into some people from Brazil while I was there. So this last year.
Hmm.
Yep.
Nice.
very cool.
What about you, Ibit? What's your experience?
So I mentioned a little bit about this last week, and so a couple weeks ago, Tina and I, I was at the stage in the Melton research task quest line where you need to go raid 10 gym or do 10 raids was the deal. And really all you need to do is just launch the raid, spend your raid ticket or use your free raid ticket, and then you don't even have to stay in the raid. You don't even have to sit in the lobby for more than the second that it takes you to spend that raid ticket. And so it's funny, she was on the phone talking with a friend of hers from Australia who was able to do this web thing, get a local number. That's neither here nor there. But while she was on the phone, I was just basically looking at the map where I knew there were concentrations of gyms, driving towards them, seeing if there was a raid. If there was, regardless if it was a Shinx or a Cresselia or whatever it was, I would just jump in. If it was a Shinx, I'd stay and actually do the raid. But if it was anything else that would take more than one of us, I would let it go. And came across one that was a Magnetron, and I thought, oh, you know what? I'll just go for it, because sometimes you get a shiny. We'll just see how it goes. So fired up the raid, joined the raid, took down the thing. There were 3 or 4 other people who were there at the time, and people coming in and out of that parking lot all the time. But I could have easily soloed it. As it was, we took it down. 2 or 3 of us took it down in seconds, and I caught the thing. Wasn't a shiny. Oh well. Continued on my way. I think at that point I was 8 out of 10 raids. Fast forward to a little over a week ago, about 9-10 days ago, and I open up the game, and lo and behold, I get an EX raid invite for that raid that I happened to do at that parking lot, that park, and it was for today. So right before the show today, I went and did a Deoxys raid.
And
Nice.
And I got it. I did end up getting it. Now, here's the funny thing. This was an absolutely Atlanta-style raid. Now, right now in Colorado, it's cold. It's December. It's typical for Colorado. It's 26 degrees outside, or it was 26 degrees when I pulled into this parking lot. And I pulled into the parking lot 15 minutes before raid launch. And there was already one car there, and there were tinted windows, but I could kind of see that there was somebody in there. They were parked right next to where the gym line is. So it's like, all right, they've got to be here for this. Couldn't tell if there was 1 or 2 people. We get close to like 3 minutes before lunchtime, like, oh, crud, I wonder if we're going to have enough. Because I've got, because my wife and I are best friends, I invited her phone. She would have automatically gotten it had she joined me in that raid and not been talking to her friend. But it was a great way to use the invite.
He's surprisingly weak. You probably could have taken it with just 3 people.
I might have been able to. It's 3 minutes till raid time. All of a sudden, a bunch of cars show up in the parking lot. I'm like, all right, no problem. And as I'm looking at as the launch starts, I think we're all kind of looking to see who's going to step into the lobby first, because it's like 0 lobby, 0 lobby, 0 lobby. Finally, somebody jumps in, and it's like, okay, cool. The rest of us all jump in, and the thing rockets up to 12 people before too long. And yeah, 12 people can take down a Deoxys in about less than a quarter of the clock, basically. It hadn't even reached a quarter when we had all knocked him out. And as he's doing his little shrink, right? Like,
somebody shows up.
He's defeated. Somebody shows up, and I'm just thinking, oh, you poor. It was 3 minutes past raid start time, so they showed up 3 minutes late.
You got to get there early. You got to get there
early.
about 5 minutes early.
At the very least. And if nothing else, like a minute early is fine. Just get there before the raid starts.
Yeah.
That's all
Or
you
else
have
you're
to do.
going to miss it.
Exactly. And you can, if you're really good and you're persuasive, you can get there in that 2-minute window while we're all sitting in the lobby and say, oh, no, you don't even have to do that. If you're in the 2 minutes, then you're good. You can hop in if the lobby's not full. Piece of cake there, too. But, yeah, this guy showed up just as it was decreasing. I never even checked, actually. Never checked the IVs on this thing. Let's take a look and see. I don't think... He was pretty easy to catch, surprisingly easy to catch, which bums me out, which means he's a strong Pokemon. Defense, excellent stats. He's probably 71 or something would be my guess. But he's not really one you want to use anyway for fighting, right? I know you can't put him in a gym, obviously.
But he makes one hell of a car sale.
With the stat rework, he's actually not half bad.
Really? Okay.
He's decent.
He's not half good either.
Yeah.
No,
right,
but
exactly.
so he's fine. He's fine.
Okay.
He's got a great personality.
Yeah, he's a good dancer. Yeah, 78. So weak attack, weak stamina, but a pretty good defense. If I don't get another one, I'm all right with just this one. Totally fine with it.
So how was neither of us talked about it during our setup, but the 3 days of community day.
Oh, yeah, no kidding. Well, Charles still hasn't done his experience of the week.
So, I have some interesting experiences going on. First off, there's a very clever title from last week. Charles wasn't listening when he's on the show. Yeah, in the setup for the show twice, Ibn says something just like, we talked about that 2 weeks ago. We talked about that 4 weeks ago. I'm sitting here counting on camera, that's 2. To be honest, I haven't listened to that show from last week yet.
last week, my experience was that I got the EX invite, and I said, now we're going to see if either of them listen to the show, because that's going to be my experience of the week, because it takes place right before the show recording. So if they ask me how my EX raid goes, and that's what.
Well, maybe I did that on purpose. No,
yeah, maybe you did.
It's loading to my phone right now. No, I don't know. But the other thing is, I don't know if it's a bug in the game or if Pokemon Go is just obsessed with gym battles, not raids, gym battles.
Mm-hmm.
I can only get the freaking attack 5 times in a gym. Fight 5 times in a gym.
Oh, that's the only research task you can get?
I had 3 researches. I had throw a nice throw twice in a row.
Yeah.
And then I had 2.
You can't do that one?
I'm going to mute Joe right now. The kind gentleman from the state of Georgia.
You know what? Why don't you use the bananas?
I got a point to make. Damn it. No.
Language.
Put the Mountain Dew down and back away from the can, Joe. All right.
It's Gatorade.
Oh, that's just as bad. You had a nap. So you had a nap today, and that's bad.
Yeah.
I did have a nap, a 2-hour nap. It was delightful.
No, my thing is, I don't take the time to fight in gyms typically because I'm just always going places. So I was like, you know what? I'll save one. I'll delete one. And then the next new research that popped up, and there's 2 different ones. There's the one with the question mark in the grass, so you're going to get a random Pokemon. Then there's one with the golden potion. And I was like, why am I getting fighting 5 gyms? So I deleted them all. So I did the nice throw one, cleared it off. Deleted, got 3 empty slots. Fight a gym 5 times with all 3 slots from different freaking Pokestops. I'm like, what is going on?
Now, do you?
Why are you so obsessed with the gym?
Why don't you delete the? I mean, you can delete them, right?
I did. I had 3 empty slots, and it literally filled up with 3.
Oh, I see what you're saying. The next 3. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, so I was like,
I
don't know what's going on.
I had to do some driving around today, and that's exactly what I did. Is like I have one that I have to collect tomorrow, and then I had one that was like on the fence about keeping, and basically I just wanted to drive around or take care of my errands and just wait until I got the Spinda quest, because that's one that I just have to do every month. I have to find a Spinda quest every month, and finally, like the last one that I would have gotten to before I got to the house turned out to be the Spinda quest. I'm like, oh, thank goodness, because it was the same situation. It was like, it was all ones. Let's see, it was 5 weather boosted Pokemon, and that gives you either Poliwag or I can't remember the other one, but it was, basically it was 2 that I didn't care about. So I just got it, deleted until I got the Smeargle.
Yeah. It's sometimes it just goes in those weird cycles, but that's been basically my only noteworthy. I think I did go out a couple of different times on Community Day. I just found that honestly, maybe it was just because it was all weekend. And, when you have that 3 hours, it's like, oh, I got to get there. And this is my only slot. And I'm thinking maybe psychologically, I was like, yeah, okay. I mean, it's cool. I'm glad it was there. I'm glad you got your shiny, Joe. I kept checking for shinies. I didn't get any new shiny. Oh, no, I got one more Beldum. I had 3 shiny Beldums. Now I got 4. But that's cool. And but I was like, did you guys find that without that pressure of this is the window that you didn't focus on it as much, or did both of you go, oh, it's all weekend, I want to make sure I get what I want?
I was really good about making sure I always had incense going. Even if I was just hanging out here at the house, I wanted to make sure that I got. My goal was to get a shiny Dratini, and went the entire weekend, and we went out for a couple hours. Again, it was freezing cold. It was like 34 degrees or something, but we still went out on the day that the actual stuff was going on, the bonus time, and did some walking around where there's a bunch of lured Pokestops. Had incense going, all that stuff. I managed to get a Chikorita, Charmander, Eevee, Mareep, Chikorita, Charmander, Bulbasaur, Eevee, Cyndaquil, and then we start getting into the last Community Day. Not a single shiny Dratini or a single shiny Beldum or Larvitar. Just bums me out. It's like, I just wanted a shiny Dratini so I could finally make a green Dragonite. And couldn't even do that.
And apparently the shiny rates were roughly 1 in 80, except in the 3-hour window where the bonuses were, in which it was about 1 in 25.
Oh, really? Okay.
Is what the tweet from the Sylph Road claimed. Yep.
Man, what stinks is I like every time I saw Dratini on the map, I clicked it, and regardless, I think I even caught every Dratini that I saw, and still could not land a shiny to save my life. Yeah. Oh well. Well, I'm sure I'll bump into somebody at some point who's got a few spares, and they'll trade me for a shiny.
I might have
Charmander or Mareep.
So as you guys are looking through, we're going to get prepared to do some headlines here, and we all know there's a major topic coming up. I just want to set the groundwork for before we hit this topic. It's not in the game yet, so stop holding your breath. That's all I'm going to say. We're going to get it. I've already been getting grief about, Charles is going to hate this. Charles is going to. I never hated on PvP. I'm just saying the same thing I'm saying today. It's not here yet.
You mean keep holding your breath.
It'll be here by next week. Just wait.
Yeah, just wait. Just
what?
Wait.
What have I said the whole time? Niantic promised it by the end of the year. It's not the end of the year yet. Yeah. I don't know why.
Niantic, you could argue Niantic promised it when they launched the game because they showed it in the trailers, the pre-trailers for the launch of the game. People have been, it don't matter. And I believe now that we're getting official announcements, I believe it's probably going to happen. But we've still got 3 weeks left to go in the year. Let's see.
But they're not going to want to launch this. Like, I'm sure people are going to want to take Christmas vacations and stuff. So I'm guessing I'm totally with Joe. I'll bet it is going to be within the next 7 days that PvP launches. Their Twitter mechanism is just going like crazy. Firing out all stuff about PvP on all channels. Yeah. So
and I've got a bot set up in our Discord to echo Niantic, the Pokemon Go app, and so it's just been bing 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 bing. It's just been going off so much because they've been teased. They like did 4 teases before they're like, oh yeah, by the way, this is for PvP.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like we couldn't tell. I love Manders is trying to call me out. I was like, you're just nervous. Do I sound nervous? I'm the filthy casual. If you beat me, that's like playing kickball against a bunch of kindergartners. But if I beat you, you lost to the filthy casual. I think you guys all need to be nervous. Is all I'm saying. But I'm going to jump to my favorite part of PvP, right? And the fact that they announced is it Ultra Friends or Best Friends? Best Friends can attack anywhere in the world.
Ultra or Best.
Ultra, oh, cool. So that's awesome.
Yep.
Ultra Friends or Best Friends, you can play anywhere in the world, and I am down, man. I will take all comers. I'll take them.
Yeah, I figure we'll do it even during the show here, and actually people will be able to see our screens. Oh,
and
speaking
I
of
think
which,
next year at Dragon Con, instead of doing our show, we're going to host a PvP tournament. That is if it makes it into the game before Dragon Con next year.
all right, let's open. I'm opening my mystery box.
All right, show us this mystery box. I'm watching.
It's a really cool graphic.
It is. I love that wood grain, faux wood grain.
Yeah, and then the
the
smoke
little
coming
mist
out of
coming out of it. Yeah.
But here's where you pretty much just got to zoom in close because Meltons are so damn tiny.
That is what happened. It sprayed you with a poison mist. And now...
That's right.
Wow, that is tiny.
It is
really
the tiny
little Melton.
Yeah.
With his red tail. Chin up that bad boy.
Oh, yeah, always. always.
Since he takes 400 candies.
Yes, exactly. Wow. So at least 8 weeks of doing this, or I guess at most 8 weeks if you just are on the regular doing it, right?
And then there's people that have already got it fully skilled up.
Well, sure, raid candies and stuff. Yeah. But you can't evolve this in Pokemon Let's Go. Like if I were to transfer my Melton now back into Pokemon Let's Go, and I had it as one of my party when I was catching, or put it in the Pokeball when I was driving around or anything like that, it apparently would never evolve into Melmetal. What's it called? Melmetal?
Yeah, Melmetal. I'm mildly surprised that you're ditching them and not waiting for a double candy event, especially because they might do a double candy event for Christmas.
Oh, really? That's all right. You know what? All right.
That's just me. Idea. Wild speculation. There has been no hints at it, but it wouldn't surprise me if they did a
double candy event. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, they're gonna do double XP, double candy, triple Stardust to make up for the fact we're sorry we didn't launch PvP.
Hey, the Grinch that stole PvP. Calm down.
Yeah. There you go. I got cheered for being salty, so I'm just trying to raise some more funds for Christmas.
Gotcha. You're just trying to get into another show title, is your deal?
You know what? Hey. You take all the press you can get. So let's jump into Joe. Is there any particular order you want to take these? You want to attack? Is there
well, we've been starting to talk about PvP. Why don't we go ahead and
let's do that.
Give more of the details there. So let's go ahead and start with the IGN article. Let's go there.
Doesn't reinvent battles, but add some new twists.
Yeah.
All right.
So IGN got copies of the beta early with PvP on there, and they have shared out quite a bit of information. So what we've seen so far is we will be able to battle anyone that's nearby that's on our friends list.
So you do have to be friends to battle, period.
Okay. You can battle your gym leaders. And I don't know if you can battle all of the gym leaders or if it's just your own, but it has shown that you can battle the gym leaders. And then in addition, you can battle at a distance anyone that is ultra or best friends with you. And so that opens it up, because I was wondering if they were going to do distance. That opens it up that if they wanted to hold like big tournaments, that they didn't have to wait for any of these live events at these specific locations. I mean, yes, they will probably have some form of a tournament at Go Fest, which would be awesome. I think that'll be great. It'll be fun. The trouble with that is, if I'm not mistaken, I can't remember. I know there's a limit on the number of battles you can do a day. And so they would have to add in more like special instances where you can do more battles to have a fully fledged tournament in a single day. You know what I mean?
Not just that, the whole friends thing. Because I was thinking ahead to Dragon Con when we said you had to be friends. we would have to plan it for a second or third day of the con event, so that on the first day we can announce that, have people sign up, then make sure they friend each other. Whoever signs up for the tournament brackets, they have to get on each other's friends list, right? Which makes tournaments difficult because of that, right? So
yeah. So
we got a couple of hindrances here already.
yeah, there are some hindrances. But yeah, I think we're limited to 5 battles. I'm trying to see this.
I think I heard that too. Or you can only get rewards 5 times a day. I think you can battle as much as you want, but only
That would make sense, limiting the rewards but letting you play on. Because
Yeah.
this is, let's be real. I mean, I know I'm playing the character and being the greatest and something, but let's be real. From day one, the probably the second most exciting thing people wanted in this game is PvP. First being, oh my god, I get the actual catch my favorite quote unquote, whatever my favorite Pokemon is in the real world. That's probably number one. Number two would be PvP. So to say, well, you get 5 a day and that's it, you're going to get, I would imagine you're going to get a lot of pushback from the fans.
Like you're going to even do an average of 1 a day.
I didn't say I was a fan. Here I am trying to be fair to everybody, Joseph. Covering everything. Let me ask you this, Joe. Do you want to be limited to 5 battles, Joe?
No, I don't. Especially when I'm out visiting people. But regardless, so the limitation is there. There will be rewards for winning. Possibly a Sinnoh Stone is in the reward list. We don't know what the full list is yet, but they have stated that it's possible to get a Sinnoh Stone for winning the battle.
They had to get that out as quickly as possible, by the way, to cut down all the salt from taking it out of research task, 7-day research.
I don't get to keep your Pokemon. I thought that's how Pokemon works.
No, that's not how Pokemon's work.
I don't wait. So I don't get to throw my Rhyhorn against your Caterpie, and when I beat your Caterpie, I keep them.
Yeah, you don't get pink slips.
No,
this isn't like marbles where
you're not racing for pink slips.
This isn't Yu-Gi-Oh. This is.
Now I don't even want to play a battle of the day. I thought I was going to get to keep all your Pokemon.
It's more like you'd run out of Pokemon real quick.
No, when they're in the wild in the other game, Charles, just to kind of clear it up. When they're in the wild in the other games, you beat them with your Pokemon, and then you have the opportunity to catch them.
Right?
Yeah, okay. But when you're playing another trainer, you don't take their Pokemon.
Fair enough.
But yeah, so they've announced that there's going to be 3 separate leagues. And if this is anything like the main series games that has different battle criteria, I guess, it's not something you decide which league you're going to playing the rules of before you battle is what I would guess. And the leagues are Great League, Ultra League, and Master League. And what those do is it puts a stipulation on the maximum CP of the Pokemon you can use. So for the Great League, you can only use CP 1500 or less Pokemon. For the Ultra League, you can only use CP 2500 or less. And then the Master League has no CP limits. So some of these Pokemon that you haven't powered up, this gives you a great reason to never power them up. But
so now I get it, Vlad. Vlad's like, Charles is Master League only. I'm like, what does that mean? It makes you like the cool guy. It's cool. It's fun.
Yep. But yeah, so they have speculated. They have specified that battles will be with 3 Pokemon. You choose 3 Pokemon to battle, and they are giving us a second charge move that you have to unlock with Stardust and Candy. So that's going to be another resource drain on us. And I haven't seen anything that has specified what the cost is. So we'll have to wait and see what that ends up being.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's not too crazy.
Exorbitant.
Yeah.
But at least once you do it, at least once you've added that move, then they have it forever. So you want to just make sure you do it on your go-tos, your Rhyperiors, or whatever you're going to use in each league. The trick is going to be figuring out what the meta is, because everyone's going to, we saw this in MAA, everyone's going to have their their go-to team of 3.
Yeah.
And then you got to figure out what the counter is for that go-to team of 3. And then when somebody evolves, or their team of 3 evolves into something else, it's like, oh, I'm going to take Pinsir out of the equation and add so-and-so, Scizor or something like that. Then it's like, okay, well, now I need to change out the meta to combat Scizor. It's going to be an interesting following the meta kind of thing.
I seen my Pestilence Beast and I'll win everything, right?
Right, exactly. Pestilence Beast, and you got to make sure you get the heroic white Iron Fist.
Oh, yeah. Nicole's like, yeah, but hey, is this from the Helicarrier?
Exactly.
So go ahead, Joe. Finish up. Sorry.
One of my favorite things about the announcement is the screenshot that they have of a battle going on is between Gengar and Nidorino. And that's an Easter egg throwback to red and blue version, where when you load it up, it shows Gengar and Nidorino fighting. So I thought that was awesome that they threw that Easter egg in there.
It's better than that other photo that they posted, or the other image that they posted that basically showed all Gen 4 Sinnoh Stone evolutions, and none of which anybody can have all of because they were so quick to pull the Sinnoh Stones out. So it's like, okay, way to just stick the knife in just a little bit more. All right, hopping out of these dang Pokeballs. I'm going to do I'm trying to, he's so close. He's tiny and he's close up. So trying to get a curveball to do a nice or great is so tough because he's so close.
He's like a Pidgey.
Yeah, he really is. Like I can get either a great or I can get a curveball, but I don't think I can do both. Dang it. Popped out again.
Yep. But yeah, so I thought that was awesome that they had that there. And then to add evidence to my theory that you pick the league that you're going to be fighting under per battle instead of being something you attain, is one of the other screenshots actually shows Ultra League, and then it has your Ultra team listed, and then below it shows the Master League. And so it looks like you're going to set up teams for each league so that when you fight, you can just hop straight in.
Nice. Now, when you go battle to battle, do you both agree on which league you're going to play in? How does that?
Yeah. That'll definitely be you decide which one you're going to play in. And
so
do
yes,
that.
Charles, you are going to have to talk to somebody playing PvP.
No, I'm good. Manders can pick whatever league they want, and I'll fight them.
I wonder if whoever selects one first, if you see the league they choose and you can say, oh yeah, I'll do that one. That would be good rather than playing chicken with each other.
Because if Vladas Vostok tries to fight me, he's going to push me into Ultra League or something where he can stomp me.
Right.
So I'd like to be able to choose one that I have a better shot at. Thanks.
Well, and then they're introducing this new mechanic where you can deploy what they're calling a protect shield on your Pokemon. So we'll have to see what that all entails. But yeah, some kind of a shield mechanism that you can throw out onto your Pokemon to protect him a little bit. But I don't see a button to do that on the Gengar Nidorino screen. So I don't know. I wonder how that's deployed, because it does say to save your Pokemon from critical damage. But yeah, this is early. We only know what they've told us so far. We've gotten a few hints here and there from other places like IGN and some of the things they've released on Twitter, but ultimately we don't fully know. And we haven't seen any screenshots of an AR battle. And so I wonder if that's going to be an option immediately or later on, because I can guarantee you they want AR battles.
Yeah.
They're such diehard fans of AR, even though I would guess 99% of people only use AR once in a blue moon to take
Yes.
pictures.
Exactly. That's it. That's the only time. Community day, there's a shiny. You've got a really cool view right behind it. That's when I'm going to use AR, and then I'm going to turn it off immediately so I can catch that shiny.
Well, and even then, it kind of is meh because the way they've got the AR set up, your resolution on your pictures is truncated. Like it's not what your camera is capable of because of how they've rendered the background, and so it's just yeah. The AR is a fun toy to use every now and again, but it's not something that people actually really care about, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So, at least the majority of people.
It's, again, it's cool when you see it, but
it's a cool gimmick.
It's a cool gimmick.
I say take out the AR and put in built-in broadcast capabilities like Twitch or something.
Oh, there you go. That would be cool.
Especially with PvP, especially somebody like Trainer Tips, to follow his channel and to watch the battles that he does with people as he goes around, or even us. You guys can watch us fight. And I think I feel like I find that more interesting than AR.
Yeah, but I don't think that'll be an app specific function. I think that'll be phones integrating with
maybe
Twitch capabilities. So
that I think needs to be the next evolution of the phones. Just a little side note is because of like this game. In iOS 11, we got the ability to screen capture video on Apple devices, and it's not the greatest, right? Of video, and even some of the stuff that Androids do is still not the greatest. So I think in this day and age of gamers and sharing, that needs to be that next step, and it affect this game a lot, especially if PvP comes to the game. So. I see you got highlighted. We talked about the infographic, right? Covering all the bases. That's what you were referring to a minute ago, Joe. This infographic.
Yeah, it's that was the infographic.
Yeah, that's what we're referring to there. Yep. Yeah, just making sure. So let's see if there's should be any more Pokemon Go PvP stuff here. The Mega Thread. Did you hit the Mega?
Well, real quick with the infographic, one thing that we should mention is Ditto and Shedinja are not available for PvP battles.
Right, I understand Ditto because it could mimic whatever your opponent's using.
Shedinja's just trash.
Oh, okay. So you wouldn't want to use Shedinja even if you could.
Because he basically dies in one hit because they don't have his special ability. Because in the main series games, he has an ability that makes it so he takes 0 damage unless the move is super effective.
Gotcha. Okay.
But to counteract that, he has 1 HP in the main series games. So anything that's super effective will kill him in 1 hit, or else you can't do any damage to him. So he's a gimmick.
Gotcha.
But yeah, and the infographic also talks about the other charge move. And it talks about the charge move, but it also talks about a super charge move. I haven't seen that wording elsewhere, but perhaps I've just missed it. But yeah, so a super charge move. So that should be interesting.
Well, you're not talking about the second charge move that you can buy with Stardust.
He's the person that made this infographic. Which is at Orange Heart 2018.
Yeah.
Specifically uses the term supercharge. And like I said, I haven't seen anything of that, but perhaps I just missed it.
Oh, okay. Because they talk about a second charge move. Okay. A few seconds to supercharge the move. Oh, that's interesting because something that I saw about the supercharge move, you hold down for 3 seconds. Sorry, I've been trying to catch Melton, so I apologize. I've been splitting my focus. You can write a title about me. But I think if you just hit the charge move, it just does it. If you press and hold on the charge move for 3 seconds, which is also the amount of time that the Protect Shield takes to get up, then you can use a more powerful version of that charge move. That's kind of what I've been getting from probably speculation that other sites and Twitter accounts have been doing as well, just saying this is what we think, this is how we think it's going to work, and that's kind of where what I've been going on.
Okay. And they also specify that you don't need to use any revives or healing potions after the battle. They'll automatically be max health or what they were before. And then if time runs out, the winner will be determined by the person that has KO'd the most Pokemon.
Okay.
So
if I've taken out 2 of yours and you've only taken out 1.
Yeah.
And what if we've each taken out 2 and we're both working probably whichever one has the least amount of health in their third one?
Or it just ends in a draw.
Yeah. That's true, because everybody, either both players get rewards, so there's no drawback to a draw. Well, I guess there's just the maybe there is a bonus if you're the winner, but from what I've heard, both players get rewards.
Yeah, they do, but yeah, it's assumed, and I want to say I read it that the winner gets more, which would make sense.
It would make sense. Got to have some incentive, I guess.
We've got like 50. Well, 50 is an exaggeration. We've got like 5 different sources that include a bunch of different little snippets of information here and there. So I feel like a chicken with his head cut off trying to figure out where everything.
You know what? What's great about this, even though it's not all exactly the same information, when the feature does get launched, we're going to be able to piece together from all these different sources, like, okay, this one was 80% right. We're prepared and we know what this button is, or we know what this thing does. We won't be totally going into a blind. So gotta appreciate even the speculation has been kind of worth it.
Yeah. Well, and in the IGN article, they had a video of some people playing, and there was actually some Pokemon in the video that have not been released into the game yet.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Gen 4 Pokemon?
Not all of them Gen 4.
Wow. Okay.
A couple of them Gen 4. Regigigas and Garchomp were there, which they haven't been released in their Gen 4. But Smeargle was in there. And Smeargle hasn't been released yet because of his unique mechanic.
Isn't that the dragon from The Hobbit?
Smeargle?
Yes.
No,
Smeagol.
Smog is the dragon from The
Smeagol
Hobbit.
is Gollum's original name. Secret identity.
Off. I mean, you're talking about.
You did have the right. You were in the right. You were in the right location. You were in the right shire.
No, so Smeargle is like a French Snoopy with a paintbrush for a tail.
Oh, that's what we talked about him before.
Yeah, and so
paintbrush for a tail.
You know I'm right.
You're absolutely right. I want somebody please enter that in as a title, because I want to assemble. I want to Frankenstein a French Snoopy with a paintbrush for a tail.
But yeah, so they've teased out, which to me means they're actively working on, which it makes sense that they would be actively working on Smeargle, because I think he's Gen 2 Smeargle. But because of his unique mechanic where he copies abilities, he basically steals them permanently. That's what we've assumed is why he hasn't been released yet. But yeah, he's Gen 2, and his signature move is Sketch, and it permanently copies the last move used by your opponent. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they pull that off.
That's interesting. On Let's Go, I've run into that kind of move, and I can't remember who it was, but there was some Pokemon I went up against that could do that move, that basically whatever my last move was, it would use that back against me. So I was like, oh, that's an interesting strategy.
So Sketch, he keeps it permanently. Like he no longer has
This
Sketch.
is a different one. Maybe it's Reflect or something. Well, no, because it would still do that move on them.
There's Metronome, which can use any move. And then I think what you might be talking about is a
Oh,
move
mirror-
called Mimic.
Or mirror move. Oh, mimic. I think it is mimic.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Mimic allows the user to select one of the target's moves to copy. So it's not necessarily the last one used. But yeah, you can copy one of their moves. But yeah. So
Very good.
good old Mimic.
All right.
Cool.
Yeah, and then Vladivostok is talking about mirror move, and that it could be mirror move,
I could have seen that one too. Yeah.
but yeah, I don't. It's been mirror move. What does that one actually do? Yeah, uses the last move targeted by the user. So that's it. It could be mimic. It's probably mirror move based on what you initially said.
Mm-hmm.
That it was the very last move that they used. So
That probably is it then. Thanks, Vlad.
Yeah.
They also suggest that Smeargle would be from research breakthroughs, possibly.
that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking at the mega thread. Now we're talking about you had to be on a friends list, but it says here on the mega thread, here's what we know. And it says that in person, anyone, friends or strangers via a battle code, which is a QR code, can fight.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
There we go.
That makes
Yeah.
sense because you would want to, especially at a place like Go Fest, right? You're wanting to interact with people who are there.
Yes, that you're not necessarily friends with. Yeah, for sure.
I don't want to be your friend. I just want to fight you.
And then if you beat me, then I'll be your friend.
You must win, my love.
That's right. Exactly.
So combat mechanics were changed. They're talking about a second charge move. It's unlockable for Stardust and Candy. You were referring to that a bit, a little bit, and it's permanent once acquired. Can be used in gym as well as PvP. The real time shielding is from a code that it says protect shield is the code they found. Charge move is charge move boosting. You guys talked about already.
Mhm.
And then awards, there's stuff for winners and losers. Includes the Sinnoh Stone confirmed and press screenshot. Sinnoh is one of the awards. PvP battles only pay out 3 times a day.
Oh, there you go.
And then
Okay, so there we go. It's the payout. So it sounds like you can do more battles than 3, but you can only get paid out for 3.
yeah, which is fine. I mean, for our purposes, we're talking about tournaments and those kind of things.
Mhm.
But yeah, you want the rewards, but if we're gonna do, especially at Dragon Con, if we're gonna do a tournament, we're gonna have a physical prize.
You're like, okay, you only get to battle 3 times. Better make them count.
That's like rock paper scissors to go. Non-playable characters or AI battles. Yep, they've added those 2. Looks like we'll be able to battle. Oh yeah, I saw that in the announcement. We can fight against the trainers.
Yeah, the team leaders.
Team leaders. That's it. Thank you. And then once per day, training battle with team leaders will award Stardust and other rewards. So cool.
The question is, can you actually name the team leaders?
Red, blue, yellow. Done.
Brock.
No. The ones from Pokemon Go.
Oh, the ones who we evaluate with.
Red, blue, and yellow. I don't understand.
Yeah.
That's the person who goes,
so-
"Gee, that's the smallest Pokemon I've ever seen. Don't care.
Your team lead is Candela, you Valor people.
Mm.
Mystic is Blanche or Blanche. It's probably Blanche. And then yellow is Spark.
Oh, you'd think they would have said put Blanche in yellow because she's one of the Golden Girls.
There you go. And then if you are like Joe and you want to get on Reddit and specifically for PvP, there's a new Reddit stream called the Self Arena. That's one more, the Self Arena, and that's the Self Roads PvP League Reddit page.
And Sylph Road, by the way, has been killing it. Sylph Road has been doing all these improvements to their site. It's gorgeous, and their functionality, they've been really doing a lot to improve the site. It's really cool. By the way, they also good.
John Hankey actually even specifically mentioned them in a speech like a week or two back, how wonderful and community building the Sylph Road has been, and how anything that they had attempted wouldn't wouldn't have even come close to how amazing the Sylph Road was. Basically, is what he said. Not in as many words as I said, but yeah.
That's cool. Sylph Road also had a couple of photos with the imagery regarding the second attacks. The takeaway from that, they've got the important information blurred out, which is how much Stardust and how much candy it's going to cost to get those extra attacks. However, those blurred out areas aren't super big. It's not going to be 1 million Stardust.
Yeah.
It looks like it's probably going to be 1,000. It's what it looks like it's going to be about. It looks like there's about 4 digits covered up by that blur.
Ooh. Yeah, it looks like 4 digits for the Stardust and 2 digits for the candy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm wondering if they're not going to boost that for community days to encourage PvP battling.
Oh, that's interesting. You mean reduce it, right?
So people aren't going to want to PvP battle you on Community Day.
Just like they don't want to raid on Community Day, Charles.
Okay, so Community Day, they didn't call it Catch the Shiny Day. They called it Community Day.
Yeah,
that's your reason. They're not going to give you a shiny Pikachu. They're going to give you battle rewards.
By the way, during Community Day is when I caught my Cresselia with a raid. We just pulled up to a place. There was a bunch of people doing it. So
oh, man. There you go, Nicole, tossing out the salt.
Yep.
I hate you guys so much sometimes. And then we basically talked about the trainer battles. Do we want to hit this headline as well? About the coming soon.
Oh, that's basically what we've been.
We've talked about that.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's hit the bottom of here. So this title says best community day so far. Is that because the writer of that thread got to catch a bunch of shinies that they didn't have before? I'm actually curious.
I don't know. This is not one that oh yeah, this is coming to us from Beard Howard GG. So this is one of our listeners that posted a picture, and they did a bunch of trading, it sounds like, during Community Day, and ended up with a 100% lucky Larvitar.
Wow.
So once evolved, becomes a Tyranitar with Smackdown.
Yeah, no kidding. So yeah, that's one. Wow. So I wonder if he he must have done the trading during Community Day if he's saying best Community Day so far.
I would assume so. And
yeah.
This is Community Weekend. People were probably a little more lax about the extra stuff.
Yeah. That's not a bad idea. You catch one, you're with somebody else. Hey, let's catch this Larvitar. Oh, it's not a very good one. It's going to be bad for both. If it's bad for one of you, it's going to be bad for both of you. So trade it immediately, see what you get. And
that's why I've kept a bunch of my high level stuff, so that I could trade it to people.
Yeah, that's smart. All right.
Reroll those IVs on those high level Pokemon.
I'm with you. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah. So congratulations to Beard Howard GG for getting a phenomenal.
Yes. GG Beard Howard, GG.
So other cool things. There's a shiny. Man, you cannot say that one 3 times fast.
Can you say it 1 time slow?
True. Try it. It's difficult.
Yeah. So shiny Sandshrew has been spotted.
Little baby Hulk. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool.
So, that'll be fun. I assume that because in the past, whenever they've released a shiny, they've also released the Alolan shiny. And so I assume that you can also get shiny Sandshrew Alolan versions in 7K eggs.
Oh, cool.
I have not seen any confirmation. That's just my assumption.
And so far, the only one that's been discovered is in Japan. Like, it's only been found in Japan, so...
It's a baby Godzilla.
It kind of is, yeah, actually.
People are saying that Alolan Sandshrew is available in the wild. The top comment is saying that. I haven't personally seen an Alolan Sandshrew in the wild.
I haven't either, but...
apparently there are reports.
I guess hatched them, right? Is that where they were?
They're always hatched out. Or for us, they've always been hatched out as 7K gift Pokeballs, or gift eggs. Yeah.
Nice. Then another shiny. We got Misdreavus and Mismanchius shiny out now. Via Corollas.
Yeah, the
There you go.
Charles's alter ego. Yeah, so that's out and about, and if you want to get a decent IV one, you can grab the research task that's transfer 10 Pokemon, because that will give you a Misdreavus. So, yep.
See, man, you always have that chance of getting a shiny every time that they pop out.
Yep.
And
Even Charles could get a shiny. It's possible.
I've got shinies, man. I'm Selfie Pro now, remember? I got some shinies.
Mm-hmm.
And then IGN teased out some things that are coming. And
yeah, we talked about that already.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to talk about it again because it looks cool.
You do you.
I tried to, Joe.
Charles is so excited about PvP, he can't stop talking about it.
I just love how they have this pictured out and everything is good there. The little green tip on the paint there, because you know this dude is not gonna win against I forgot the big red dude's name. So moving on.
Groudon.
Thank
Yeah.
you. So it's the thing. I'm gonna fight everybody with my army of Caterpies. Just be prepared.
Nice. Weedle, weedle, weedle. It's what it's gonna be.
So, Ibit, when all your co-hosts bail on you and you have to do a show by yourself,
Yeah.
and then listen to it later, how do you listen to that show?
Why, I listen using the Satchel podcast player, Charles. And I do listen. Big news. You can now listen to our show. I'm going to read some of this standard text and I'm going to go off book. Just wait. Just while I'll go rogue halfway through. You can now listen to our show on the brand new, not so brand new, Satchel podcast player, which is available for your phone, whatever that phone may be, as long as it's not a Palm Pilot. And while you're listening to us, you can actually quickly and easily send a couple bucks our way via Patreon. You can send tweets our way. You can hit a big red button that tells us we're wrong. Feature coming soon. And you can get all of this action, all of this fun for the low, low price of free. Yes, free. Just go to satchelplayer.com and download your copy of the Satchel Podcast Player.
Is there but wait, there's more?
Nope, there's not.
Okay.
But wait, that's it.
Joseph, you're so drunk with information about PvP. I just gotta ask you, do you know what time it is?
It's time for you to lose to a bunch of little kids at PvP.
Again, that's good. If I win, it's on you guys. That's all I'm saying. What time is it, Joseph?
It is time for random trivia. And this week I wanted to talk about Sandshrew and Sandslash. They are the mouse Pokemon. Like we mentioned just a little bit ago, he has an Alolan form. He's normally a ground type Pokemon, but the Alolan form is Ice/Steel, which the Steel typing comes in handy for those that are still working on the Melmetal or the Meltan quest, because part of that is catch some Steel type Pokemon. So that'll come in handy right there. The Pokedex entry talks about how he likes to burrow deep underground, far from water, and only emerges to hunt. There is an episode early on in the anime where there's this this trainer that has a Sandshrew, and it's actually one of my son's favorite episodes. I'm surprised he doesn't talk about Sandshrew more, to be honest. But he trains the Sandshrew by going in water with it, because it's specifically a weakness. So he's teaching him to tolerate it. But yeah, the entrance specifically mentions he avoids water because, well, he's a ground type. The Alolan form would not have that issue with water as much. But yeah, the Sandslash Pokédex entry talks about how he curls up into a spiny ball when threatened. So not unlike an armadillo with those spikes on the back, even though he's still considered a mouse Pokemon. The name Sand obviously comes from sand. Shrew is an animal. It's a shrew. And Slash, I mean, they're pretty on the nose there.
Big old Wolverine claws on them. Yeah.
Yeah. The shiny Alolan form is not a ton different. I actually really I do like the Sandshrew Alolan form shiny because he's got a dark blue belly instead of the tan belly. But what I really like is the regular form shiny Sandslash, because all those quills on his back become red, and he looks pretty cool. So get out there and grab it.
Nice.
Yeah. Good old Sandshrew and Sandslash.
I do like the Alolan forms. Alolan forms.
I'm getting a little tired of them, though. I'm ready for something new in the 7K eggs. Again, I'm always saving those because we get so many from a distance because of our listeners and being friends with so many listeners outside of our home country, that I save those because they're great trade material for like really getting a big distance award. But they're taking up a lot of space. I want to trade with people and get rid of them. And I want something new in 7K eggs.
Well, why don't you just trade them to your wife's account?
I could, but then what good does that do? So my wife has a badge for whatever. That's not a bonus. I want to trade with somebody who's going to give me something I want. She doesn't have anything I want.
Did she not go out during Community Day?
She did get a shiny Dratini. I'm not gonna take her shiny Dratini.
No, but you could trade your Alolan stuff and vice versa for her Community Day stuff, because then you'll get the 3 candies for it.
Oh, that's true. Oh, and I could trade Meltons.
Can you? I was gonna ask if you could trade Meltons, because they're mythical.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can trade them. You can. Obviously, you can transfer them because you were doing that during the show. Mm-hmm. Just like you can transfer Deoxys.
Right.
Because both of those you can get multiple of.
Vlad says Meltons can be traded, so that's not a bad way to get some candies too from it, you know?
Yeah. There you go. Trade some Meltans for other people's Alolans to get 3 candies out of it.
There we go. Yep.
So.
Not bad.
Oh, Terry's saying 1 a day, so it counts as a special trade.
There
that makes sense as well.
Well, we're besties, so it'll be a cheap 1 a day trade. Cheapish.
So trade for her. Trade for some distance on her. Trade for her Alolans.
There we go.
There you go.
Cool.
Make it so, number 1.
All right.
Welcome to Pokemon GO Podcast. Oh wait, I was on the show, but I wasn't listening. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Terry suggested that again for this week. That title has been officially suggested. It's like, come on, people.
Very good.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool.
Oh,
so,
I have a tip of the week. We haven't done a tip of the week in a while.
Tip of the week.
So one of the things that they've added, speaking of friends, and I love this feature, is being able to sort your friendship small to large. So you can actually go and see who you're the least friends with and start working towards building them.
Friends now.
You can what?
The little search button.
Yeah, the search.
Then you can search is also good. All right, now check this out though. So you go to your lowest thing, and maybe you've sent somebody a gift. They haven't opened it. You can't send them a new one. You've opened the gift they sent you, but they haven't sent you a new gift. It's like, I wonder if this person's even playing anymore. What I do is I nickname them. I look at their account, and I scroll down to Pokemon Caught, and I nickname them 6658 Pokemon. So this guy's nickname is 6636 Pokemon. So he's still playing. Might even be a listener. But
I saw that on your screen. I was wondering, wow, is Niantic like just putting our business out now?
Here's how many Pokemon. No, so I scroll down here. Pokemon Con. No, I put this name in almost a week ago for Ever Studios, who I know from Raid. Ever Studios is a World of Warcraft friend of mine. I can pretty much tell though they're not playing anymore because a week ago, before Community Day even, they had 1,621 Pokemon, and they're still at Pokemon 621. So remove friend, boom, clear up a space.
Oh, executed right on the.
That's right.
Killed
Family
on
D,
stream.
Family D of USA,
at
530 Pokemon. They're still at 530. Remove friend.
Charles has caught 16,142.
Nice.
Oh, holy crap! That's a lot.
Nice. Not as much as Leprechaun Fires. Leprechaun Fires
No.
was at 20.
That is
28,824.
quite the name.
Leprechaun Fires, yeah.
And
And they have caught.
Brian has caught about double Charles. I don't mind that.
Yeah, that's to be expected. Brian's level 40. You don't get to level 40 by catching less than Charles.
That's right. This person's caught 2 Pokemon in the last 7 days, so I can't really get rid of them. I bet it's a kid's account.
I've caught almost 23,000. So I'm
okay. Now you gotta look up Terry Wolf on the stream.
Okay.
Oh,
All right,
Terry.
it's fine. Let's flip my friendship
Told us
level
not to
over.
do it. So, but I that's pretty smart. I actually still don't have maxed out friends yet. I still have spots on my list.
Terry's
Wow.
caught 100,000 more Pokemon than you, Brian.
Yeah, 134,858. Holy cow. He's won 28,000 or 21,000 battles. Remove friend. Just kidding. No, I'm not going to do that.
The best part is you could add him back and you wouldn't lose any of your
Friendship level.
your friendship level.
Yeah. I still don't want to do that. Charles, you and I are pretty close to Ultra Friends. I'm gonna either accept a gift or send you a gift. You didn't send me a gift, so I'm sending you a gift.
I've been a little dry on gifts this week.
It's all right.
They like sending me battle and gym, not gifts.
Yeah, in 3
Just
more
remember,
days we'll be Ultras.
I mean, you're level 40 already, but just remember, he doesn't tell you when you're gonna hit the new level.
oh, that's yeah.
I took your guys' advice. Just open gifts. That's what it is.
We also said make sure you coordinate with the people who sent you the gifts so that you guys both can get XP from it. That's all right. I don't care. You open that whenever you want.
Yeah. I'll get there. I'm working on it.
Dog likes elotes.
I like Vigoroth. He's
2
just
more days.
dancing.
I'll send him a gift.
Yeah,
Actually, let's see.
He looks like Bumble.
I should send him a gift and I should open his gift so that we advance one a day and then I let him choose. Oh, he's level 42, so he doesn't care either when that opens. So I'll open this one now. Hopefully he sees that and he doesn't open mine
Miku
until tomorrow.
says in her chat, someone on my friends list has 236,000 catches.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Terry Wolf, holy cow. He's hit 100 million XP, so he's at level 40 times 5. Jeez Louise.
Well, so Joe lost his bet, so he has to stop playing until he comes down and does community day with me.
No, he bet that
You're not
he
level
bet that
40.
he bet that he would get there before you did.
There's a different bet. We were doing the Celebi quest. We were on the same thing.
Oh, right.
Yeah. And you're like, yeah. I was like, I bet you, Joe, I can beat you. And if I beat you, you got to stop playing until you come play with me, all right?
That's right.
What? I'm gonna re-listen to that episode. I don't think
No,
that's
you
the wager.
I won't either. So we'll just go on the draw. It's fine.
Yeah, no, neither of you are going to listen. Come on, who are we kidding?
I listen to the episodes.
You know, I'm like 2 months behind on Botched, and that's like my favorite podcast to listen to.
Oh man.
I am caught up on Wasted Knowledge, which is a podcast I guested on and covered 3 episodes and how much we talked.
Oh, nice.
Apparently.
Wow.
Yeah, we did 4 hours of drinking and talking.
Oh, I saw the aftermath photo of that with like cans on the floor and somebody
empty bottles.
passed out, dead prostitute in the bathroom or something. Oh, that was a different photo on Facebook.
Okay, well, why don't we get this back on track?
Mike can bleep that out.
LAP, yes, we are ultra friends. Oh, okay. So we can keep talking, but I've got one last thing to plug in here.
Yeah.
So I was plugging along with my bestie, Philip Keating, who did a great job last week. So I've heard on the show. He's told me many times he's done a great job last week on the show. So I trust him. He was top of my list. We were trading, we're throwing stuff out, and we did Breaking the Pen on Monday. And he's like, "Oh man, I got so caught up in some new game or something that he stopped playing Let's Go Eevee or Pikachu. I forget which version he has. Yeah. And he slowed down on Pokemon Go. I'm like, no, we were 14 days away from besties, man. Don't slow. Lady Jasmine is now at the top of my list at 13 days away to being
nice.
Best.
Yeah, she's
not that I'm upset about Lady Jasmine. I think she's cool, but Phil he was there, and now he's lost his spot.
Yeah, Lady Jasmine and I she's second closest, or she's my closest to being a best friend. Tina's already my best friend, but me and Lady
You only
Jasmine,
have one best friend?
I only have one best. Yeah, because I stop after I've reached Ultra with just about everybody. I stop and start advancing everybody else. Or I did to get XP.
I'm queuing up so that I can just be like, "Hey, Charles, how close are you?" Oh, boom. I am now.
Okay. Right, so that you can get the sweet XP.
That I gave us a new level. I'm so sorry, Joe, that I gave you a new level without letting you get XP, man.
The worst part was that you did it during the show. Like you opened it during the episode.
Because I was talking
you could have just said, "Oh, hey, I'm going to open your gift right now," and he could have like, "Oh, cool, I'll pop an egg." But you just did it.
How close we are. I don't pay attention to these things.
Yeah, I've got like I think 3 best friends right now, and I've got another 3 queued up, and so yeah, I'm queuing up a bunch so that it'll be fantastic. I can just be like, okay, I'm level 40.
Oh, right. Yeah, because you're gonna do it for the XP.
Yeah, I'll probably what I'll start doing is any that I've got queued up, I'm just gonna trigger at the beginning of community days. During the 3-hour window. So I think that's what I'm going to do from now on as my running thing. I will still try to reach out to people and make sure that they know that that's what I'm going to do. But I think that's what I'm going to do moving forward.
Yep. Makes sense.
Well, Lady Jasmine says Joe is her next best friend in 2 days. Lady Jasmine, you better call him on the phone and interrupt him at work. Do not accept or send that gift without letting him know.
She'll send a message in Discord like we all do.
She'll drive from Texas all over to Tennessee. Like
I'm a bit of a control freak when it comes to triggering. So if I see that we're almost there, I stop opening gifts, but I send them until we're on the verge.
You keep one unopened gift so that you have all the control.
Yeah.
I'm so gonna ninja open these things on Joe. It's not even funny.
I assumed you would communicate, so I actually gave you the control. I have learned from that mistake and will never give you control again. You know?
Oh no, that's absolutely your mistake. I don't pay. I got a show title. Charles doesn't even listen when he's on the show. I do not pay attention to the details of the game, man. That's on you. You told me to open presents. I open presents.
All right. Wow.
Yeah, Lady Jasmine says that she's not on Discord, but I know her Twitter handle, so it'll be okay.
We better. We get too much salt on the floor. We better start rolling this thing up before somebody slips.
I'm just thinking of all the things I want to do at Dragon Con now when I see Joe again. All right. So if you would like to send an email into the show at PokemonGoPodcast.com. The Speak Pipe is on PokemonGoPodcast.com. What is a Speak Pipe? It's a nice little tab on the side of our webpage that you can click. Any device with a microphone, and 90 seconds, you can leave your voicemail, and we'd love to play it on the show. Reddit is /r/ sorry, I know I do Reddit. r/Pokemon Go Podcast, which thanks to the 2 listeners, I'm going to call them out again, the 2 people who posted and cross-posted on us this week. GF Sock Monkey and Beard Howard GG for sharing those headlines and graphics and whatnot that was put in there. We really appreciate that. I've lost the slide on the notes. It went crazy on me. Let's see. Facebook is facebook.com/Pokemon Go Podcast. Twitter's at Pokemon Go Pod. And twitch.tv, which we're recording live on right now, Thursday nights, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. It's twitch.tv/Pokemon Go Podcast. If you come in late to the live show or you just like to listen to it again, you can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Satchel Podcast Player, and all the podcatchers out there. And if you're listening to this as a podcast, come join us on a Thursday night.
Mm-hmm.
Well, holidays are coming up. There's a good chance you're going to be off soon. Make a plan. 7:30 p.m. Eastern. It's a lot of fun.
And once PvP starts, we'll start battling people that have become ultra friends.
That's right.
Hopes up. Just it might come. It might. What I'm saying. So come help vote and title the show. And you know what? That will be highly entertaining because David does what he can, right? He's not spoofing, so literally it's just a GPS drift of his neighborhood, and he does what he can. But definitely, I think we'll do live PvP battles.
It'd be way more fun to see me fighting somebody than just randomly walking around the neighborhood. Oh, look, a Nidorino. All right.
So yeah, we'll do that in the new year when PvP maybe gets here. So where can we find you gentlemen on the web?
You can find me at Joseph_Ard.
You can find me at Coverville.
And you can find me at Rock Got a Pod all across the internet's Rock Got a Podcasting and all that jazz. And you can find me coming up next on FTH Beyond. We're going to do some Marvel Strike Force. So
I know something you're going to be talking about on there.
Yeah, you do.
Red Stars.
I haven't even opened it yet.
Oh, you can open live on the show. That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be live on the show. It'll be really cool. So, and actually, I do need to get with you, Ibit, and have you on that show. We've talked about it a dozen times. We just never get around.
I'll come back. I'll come back for a visit.
Yeah.
As long as Kurtstable's not on there anymore.
The next
Kurtstable
week,
doesn't listen to the Pokemon Go podcast. Show title.
I will be gone next week, so these two awesome gentlemen will hold down the fort, and then we'll be back for straight through the holidays and have some good times there. Tune in next week to hear Joseph say.
Charles is the casual pro half host. He's only here every other week.
Okay, do that again. Do that again, and this time say, tune in next week to hear Brian say.
All right. Tune in next week to hear Brian say.
Gosh, this PvP sure is fun.
Even though I'll be in the middle of a class next week, if PvP is launched, we are so battling. I'll be in the middle of teaching class. Like, y'all take a break for a minute. I won't battle this
We'll
dude
do
live.
battle live. Yeah, exactly.
All right.
It's awesome.
Thanks for listening to the podcast. Stick around if you're here on Twitch and help us name the show. All right, that stops. So let's get to this link.
Yeah.
There's so many good titles here.
Mm-hmm.
Is it PGP or no? It's Pokemon Go Podcast. He's right, keyboard.
PGP. What does PGP stand for again?
I'm trying to figure out if because we have that Pokemon Go Showbot.
Gotcha.
I'm trying to do it on a different computer.
I gotcha. Okay. Yep. Yeah, just Pokemon Go Podcast.showbot.tv.
Good, because that's actually probably going to put calm out of habit. Thanks. That's a lot of votes.
I know we got a lot of names,
A lot of titles.
A lot of good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so here is the title rundown. Charles is the Grinch that stole PvP. By the way, if you're live in the chat room, they're not recording.
Yeah,
so
everybody's exactly. The only people who are listening are live.
Yeah, there's the link there that Nicole has shared in the chat.
I love the fact there's test and it's already got 2 votes.
Yeah. Charles is the Grinch that stole PvP. French Snoopy with a paintbrush for a tail. Are you ready? Charles is. Joe has control issues. Charles is Master League only. Charles. Wow, I get a lot of love in the titles this week.
Yeah, you do.
Charles is excited about PvP. He can't stop talking about it.
Test is moving up.
Charles needs to win. Beware Magnetron, the Decepticons are coming. Okay, Joe, that's a good one. I like that.
So that.
I said Magnetron, not
you said
Magnetron.
Magnetron.
Yeah, right.
Bring on the PvP tournament. I want on T-Wolf's team. Battle for keeps. Charles doesn't listen. He was on the show. Charles is dead to the podcast. Hey, Wolf, you go away. Shiny Green Sin Mouse lives. I like that. Charles is forever victorious. See, Vlad gets it.
Mhm.
I like Vlad. Best lineup for the new PvP battle teams, and PvP doesn't exist yet. I did that. So Manders put in best lineup for new PvP battle teams. I immediately submitted. PvP doesn't exist yet. Yeah, dude. Holy crap! Why is Tess getting? No, recall.
Teach people a lesson and just do a test. That's funny. I think everybody who's voting has voted for test.
just to spite,
Yes.
just for fun.
That's funny. Well, you got a tie for Grinch and French Snoopy.
I'd be happy doing either of those as a graphic for the show title. Those are great.
So who wants to be the tiebreaker?
Somebody's going to do it. Whichever one gets the next vote, whichever one moves up. We know there's at least 7 of you voting because Test has got those 7 votes. You have to wait for the delay. You can wait here all night, people.
Why not Test?
All right, you've picked it. It's French Snoopy with a paintbrush for a test.
For a test?
Yes. Paintbrush for a test. Test just got an 8th vote. Oh, there we go. Charles is the Grinch that stole PvP is the official title.
I think our fans are starting to troll the show. Oh yeah, by the way,
Yeah.
Charles is the Grinch that stole PvP, jumped up above Test.
holy
Love
God.
it.
If I don't know how to do this, I've not done it myself. Maybe it can give some insight. But as viewers of the show, you can clip your favorite moments and send it to us on Twitch. And do you happen to know how to do that, Emmett?
I don't. People do that on TMS for us all the time, and I don't know how they do it. But
we would love to have that if you can figure it out.
yeah, if you've got a really good, because then we'll go. We'll share.
Nicole says Alt X.
There you go.
And so does Nathan Epp.
Confirmed. Seconded.
By the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses.
That's right.
Let me get all biblical on you.
Yeah.
You do you, Joe. You bring it home. All right. Well, I guess we're good.
Yeah.
So very cool.
Go get ready for your other show and want me to. I'll log out of. Okay, everybody, we're stopping the stream. Thank you very much for coming. You're awesome.